Throughout history, great civilizations have risen, thrived, and then mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind ruins, legends, and questions we may never fully answer. Today, we'll explore 10 ancient civilizations that vanished without a trace. Stay until the end. You won't believe the number one mystery. Fact 10. The Cucuteni Tripilia culture. This mysterious European civilization thrived between 4800 and 3000 before Common Era in what is now Ukraine, Moldova, and Romania. At their peak, they built massive settlements with up to 15,000 people, larger than the cities of Mesopotamia at the same time. Strangely, they burned their villages down every 60 to 80 years and rebuilt them in the exact same spot. No one knows why. The entire culture disappeared suddenly, and archaeologists still debate whether it was due to warfare, climate change, or internal rituals gone too far. Fact 9. The Olmecs. Often called the mother culture of Mesoamerica, the Olmecs lived from around 1500 to 400 before Common Era in present-day Mexico. They left behind colossal stone heads, some weighing over 40 tons. Yet despite their influence, their writing system has never been fully deciphered. Their cities were abandoned around 400 before Common Era, and no records tell us why. Did war, disease, or natural disasters wipe them out? The mystery remains. Fact 8. The Nabateans. You might know them as the builders of Petra, the stunning rock-cut city in Jordan. The Nabateans were skilled traders, controlling routes across Arabia. But after the Romans annexed their lands in 106 CE, their culture gradually faded. By the 4th century, Petra was largely abandoned. The once great people who carved cities into mountains seemed to simply vanish from history. Fact 7. The Indus Valley Civilization. Between 3300 and 1300 before Common Era, the Indus Valley Civilization in modern-day Pakistan and India built cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro with advanced sewage systems, standardized weights, and urban planning centuries ahead of their time. Yet around 1900 before Common Era, their cities were abandoned. Their script remains undeciphered, leaving historians with no written explanation of their fall. Theories range from climate change to massive river shifts that ended their agricultural success. Fact 6. The Clovis people. The Clovis culture was one of the earliest known groups in North America, thriving around 13,000 years ago. They were known for their distinctive spear points and big game hunting. Then, almost as quickly as they appeared, they vanished. Some scientists believe they were victims of a sudden climate shift, or even a comet impact that caused widespread destruction across the continent. Midway Hook. If you think these disappearances are mysterious, wait until you hear the top 3. Civilizations so strange and unexplained that even modern science struggles to understand what happened to them. Fact 5. The Minoans. The Minoans of Crete, flourishing between 2700 and 1450 before Common Era, built the legendary palace of Knossos and developed a sophisticated culture with art, trade, and possibly the earliest form of the Greek myths. But their downfall was sudden. Many scholars believe a volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, modern Santorini, triggered massive tsunamis and climate collapse. This disaster may have given birth to the myth of Atlantis. Fact 4. The ancestral Puebloans, Anasazi. In the American Southwest, the ancestral Puebloans built incredible cliff dwellings like those in Mesa Verde. By the late 1200s Common Era, these cities were abandoned. Tree ring evidence suggests a devastating drought lasted for decades, forcing the people to leave. Yet other theories suggest social unrest or warfare. Their descendants, modern Pueblo tribes, still live today. But the mystery of the Great Abandonment lingers. Fact 3. The Maya civilization collapse. The Maya thrived for over 2,000 years in Central America, creating great cities like Tikal, Chichen Itza, and Palenque. But around the 9th century Common Era, many major Maya cities were abandoned. Archaeologists believe that a combination of overpopulation, drought, deforestation, and warfare caused their downfall. While Maya descendants still live across Central America today, their once mighty empire crumbled into scattered city-states. Fact 2. Göbekli Tepe builders. Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey is the world's oldest known temple complex, dating back to 9600 before Common Era. Massive stone pillars arranged in circles suggest a highly organized society. But here's the mystery. After centuries of use, the builders buried the site completely around 8000 before Common Era and then disappeared from history. We don't even know who they were, as they left no written records. Fact 1. Easter Island, Rapa Nui. On this remote island in the Pacific, the Rapa Nui people carved the famous Moai statues, some weighing over 80 tons. Between 1200 and 1600 Common Era, they built a flourishing society. But by the time Europeans arrived in 1722, much of the island was deforested, the population had declined, and the culture was collapsing. Theories blame ecological destruction, civil war, or diseases brought by outsiders. To this day, Easter Island remains one of history's most haunting examples of a civilization that consumed itself into ruin. From Europe to the Pacific, these vanished civilizations remind us of the fragility of human achievement. They rose, they built, they thrived, and then they disappeared, leaving us only questions. Which of these mysteries fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts from history.